Yeah, listen, I think there's a lot of lessons in the game tonight. You know, obviously it's not the score that we wanted coming into the game, of course. I think playing a top opposition like Club America is an amazing experience for the young players that we have. As you mentioned, we do have a roster of a lot of youth players and young players coming out of Canada right now because we don't necessarily have a pro league yet. Coming 2025, we do, but we do have a young roster. So, you know, for us going into these games, the biggest thing is preparing those players for what's next and competing as best we can. So I think, you know, there is a lot of, you know, technical, tactical learnings that we could go on all day about, of course. I think for us is just going back and, you know, taking those learnings, moving on to the next game, having a short memory, and being able to continue to allow our young players to grow and develop through this tournament and still be brave and be willing to get on the ball and be willing to play, I think is balancing that for us. So, you know, lots of learnings from tonight, but I think, you know, for us just focusing on what's next and continuing to push forward as a group and make sure that the young ones can continue to develop and some of the older ones can keep helping us with that experience.
Another one is next week we're going to start or will be the presentation for Vancouver Northern Super League team. So what's the expectation about this announcement?
Yeah, really exciting times. You know, I think the buzz around Vancouver is super exciting. They're announcing the name of the team and the branding of the team. So, you know, I think for our players, as you mentioned, we've got a lot of young players that are dreaming to go pro and dreaming to play on a team like Club America, and they haven't had that pathway in Canada yet. So in terms of that, the expectations for that, I think, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting that we're going to get to know the name and the branding and a lot of other things about the team. And looking forward to 2025 is now getting giving that experience to our young players and now the older players that could be playing in a pro league or are playing in pro leagues elsewhere outside of Canada and coming back home and really giving us a bit more of a pathway for our homegrown talent.
Very good news after the drone gate situation for him in the last Olympics, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Hi, Betsy Diario from Betsy Amanda from Diario. You guys have really good numbers in Canada, the best team. So how to work with the mental part to maybe forget this night and go for the next challenge?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
How to work with mental health before this match to continue going to the next challenge?
Yeah, so I think from a mental side, again, you know, we have the young players coming through and all in lead up and all of our kind of culture that's built around the team has always been just for us to continue to be brave and be bold and learn from the experiences that we had. We because we don't have a pro league in Canada yet. For us, being a youth team, winning a women's tournament and qualifying for the CONCACAF Champions Cup, the big thing for us is continuing to grow and learn, make sure that the kids stay confident, and there's definitely that kind of mental performance and mental support around it for them. You know, I think they're in decent spirits considering the score today, and I'm just excited to get back on the pitch next week and get ready for our next game.
Hi, I am Camila for Fulana de Tal. What can you do to improve to the next match?
Definitely some defensive pieces that we're going to review. I think dealing with overloads is a big piece for us. I think we saw that a lot today. Club America's ability to play, you know, through the midfield and then find some off-the-shoulder movement. So biggest thing for us is looking at some of those defensive pieces, making sure we're nice and compact and able to deal with that. And then defending our third, you know, they're not used to the pace necessarily that the balls are coming in and being served into the box. So just, you know, reminding what that looks like and continuing to work on, you know, how we execute.
Before coming to Mexico, before facing America, did you study America as a rival? And was what you saw today everything you expected from Club America?
Absolutely. We definitely expected Club America to be an amazing team. You know, we did the scouting, we've seen them play. We expected them to be very good on the ball. I think I said it in my pregame interview. We didn't necessarily expect to have the ball as much as we're used to at home. You know, we're kind of used to being that team that has the ball more often and is on the attack and on the front foot. So it is a different experience for us coming in and playing against teams that are, more experienced and have a lot of time in the pro game compared to our players. So I would say, we knew they were going to be good. We were excited to get that experience against them and learn from it. And I think, they were everything we expected today and more for sure.